Hey, Gary Baker here with you from PublisherReport.com. We're back again running Amazon ads for our Count the Robots book. We're going to take a look at the campaign, where it's at. We're going to look at some of the data that Amazon has given us to chew on, look at where we were, look at where we are now, think about our strategy, use some more information that Amazon has given us by taking a closer look at some of the products and some of the keywords, as well as a tool called Publisher Rocket. And we're going to do all that starting right now on the computer. So here we are. You can see we have 15,223 impressions total. You can see we spent $13.31. Unfortunately, no sales, but again, at this point, we are in the stage of collecting data. A lot of people are going to tell you that it's not worthwhile, and it may not be worthwhile to you if you don't have the money to spend. Again, like I said in the previous videos, of course, link in the description to all those that started this series, don't spend any money on paid advertising that you can't afford to lose, because this is a process, and part of that process is spending money to get the data specifically in this auto campaign, this auto targeting campaign that we're using, because all Amazon is doing is spending the money that we've told them that they can spend, that we said we can afford to lose, to give us data based upon the metadata that we've given them about our book. So scrolling down, looking at the impressions, looking at the clicks, looking at the CTR rate, and of course the spend and the cost per click, we can see what Amazon is spending based upon what we told them we could lose. So if we go back up here and we go into search terms, now we're going to have at least 17 search terms and or products to look at to see what Amazon thinks our book is about, or what closely matches with what other people are looking for when they're looking for other titles based upon the information we gave them about our book. So the thing here during the automatic targeting process, the metadata that we filled out in our title, our subtitle, our description, and our keywords may not be what we need to have in there based upon the products that Amazon is positioning our books next to, as well as the keywords. So you can see the three products here that they position them to. We're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to look at these keywords: 2-year-old book, 2-year-old books, 2-year books. You can see the clicks and even the ad spend on those, and maybe book for 2-year-olds is not the exact book that this is for. Of course, in our subtitle, we said for 2 to 6-year-olds, because this book, in my opinion, will work for 2-year-olds because it is very colorful inside, and I think they would enjoy it. Of course, the 2-year-old's not buying it. It's the person that's buying for the 2-year-old, so we have to capture their attention and get them wanting to buy this book. And again, that's part of the description, as well as the cover itself. Also, the look inside feature, which we'll talk about that a little bit towards the end of the video as well. So you can see here, robot activity books, robot book. So what we're going to do is take a look at the products here, these three products. We're going to look at those and see if they relate to our book, as well as focus this focus by Amazon on 2-year-old books. As you can see, those clicks right there. So we'll start with these products right here, and we'll just simply take a look at them to get some more ideas to make sure our book aligns with these products or doesn't align with these products. So you can simply just click on this right here, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to open this up in an incognito window. And when that opens up, you can see here, Clink is a hardcover book, and it's from 2011. This actually sells for way more than our book. Of course, it's a hardcover book, but if you click the look inside, you're going to see what's going on with this book. This is an actual storybook about a robot, okay? So Amazon did show our book next to this book because automatically it is about robots, right? And it is for 2 to 6-year-olds. You can see the customer who viewed this. So this book right here kind of looks like our book. It has that sort of same look and feel. It's not necessarily about counting. You can see the sponsored books down here. Our book is not too far off of these, maybe not as professional looking when it comes to the cover. Of course, I made this cover myself, so that's part of it as well, right? When you're creating books, you're being creative, you're trying to show your book to people, and you hope that your book is something they want, but maybe it's not. I mean, that's part of this business as well, right? So just because you automatically run ads, and even if you get the keyword targeting 100% correct, people may not be interested in your book because they just don't like it. No hard feelings, just move on and get more creative, change the way you create, and see if you can create something that people are interested in. But back to the concept and the idea of ads, you can see here that this book right here was a sponsored ad, or our book was placed next to this book as a sponsored ad. The other book was this one, Blippi the Robot. Again, you can see inside of this is an actual storybook. And then the other book that they positioned our book by was this one right here. They all saw a cat books for kid, beginning reading books, preschool prep books. Now, I did in the back-end keywords of this book mention preschool. So therefore, in the metadata that I put inside of this book, preschool is one of those keywords. So it could have easily keyed on that one. But the relationship between a cat book may be too far of a bridge to cross. It may be too broad of a search term here that Amazon is saying or serving up our book inside the sponsored ads. So we might not want to have our book next to a book like this one. So that again would be part of our strategy. Of course, our book looks like this right here inside of Amazon. Count the Robots, a fun picture puzzle book for 2 to 6 year olds. You can see our description is not terrible. It is not as long as it could be, but is it long enough? Time will tell, right? One of the things I also want to do is show you the look inside feature and talk about this for a second, because when people are shopping on Amazon and they're shopping on the computer like I am here on the computer, you can look inside the book. If you click on our book and you count the robots, you see the front cover, you see the first page, and then you see the back cover. That is everything that you see. Even if you click on Surprise Me, it just shows you the front cover of the book. Now there is an option, I haven't tried it yet, but there is an option where you can mail Amazon and ask them to add more to your look inside, and I believe the percentage that they will add is 10% more. So my goal is to get more than just the front cover, the back cover, and the first page of the book. I would like to actually have at least one of the pages where it actually shows the robots inside the look inside feature to see if maybe that helps. Because once you get someone to click, right, part of selling your book is the look inside feature. Now, at this stage, I don't know if that's the issue, or again, if it's just the issue of the fact that people are looking for a book for 2-year-olds at this point, according to the data that we have inside of our ad, which again is right here. The 3 books that they positioned our product next to are Count the Robots book, and then the heavy 2-year-old angle here on our book, as well as a broad match for picture book. Robot activity books, I'm okay with. That cost 57 cents. I did get 2 clicks. Robot picture book, robot books. Again, these are very broad keywords that Amazon is automatically targeting. So now what we need to do is go into the Amazon advertising, the keyword and product targeting, and really focus in on this strategy of general, competitive, relevant niche genres, author or publisher, and title specific. And a reason I went back to this PDF that I showed you in the other video is I wanted to make sure you understand and show you the rest of it to make sure you understand the strategy as we move forward, because keep your winning keyword strategy going. And this is what Amazon is telling us. Once your keywords have been running in a campaign for 2 weeks, now this campaign's only been running for 1 week, well technically 2 weeks, but the first week we didn't have enough ad spend, or we didn't tell Amazon that yes, go ahead and spend our money up to $2, and then we raised our bids so they would actually start showing our book. But it says for 2 weeks. So in reality, we should or could let this run for another week, and we would be at 2 weeks where we're getting clicks and impressions. Okay? You'll need to check with which words are performing best and which terms generate the best traffic and clicks. You'll also want to discontinue using your lowest performing terms. So at this stage, what we need to do is we need to think about what metadata have we provided to Amazon and how much it costs per click to get those impressions and those clicks, and see if we can update some of that information to see if our auto-targeting campaign will feed us more data if we're willing to lose that money. And I say lose the money, we're not really losing the money if we look at it as a strategy of actually giving Amazon data and letting Amazon return that information to us in the form of impressions and clicks. So what can we update in our metadata? We can't change our title. We can change our description, which I think I should add more, and I'm going to add more to the description, and I'm also going to update my keywords. Based upon what Amazon is focused on right now, I'm going to add some more back-end keywords, and I'm going to show you some of those that I found inside of Publisher Rocket. So let's take a look at that. So Publisher Rocket is a paid tool. It's an app, and of course I'm running it on a Mac. And what you can do is you can look at keyword research, competition analyzer, category search, and AMS keyword search. So we're just going to look at keyword search, and we're going to think about this, because if you go 2-year-old book, that was one of the keywords that Amazon was giving us. You can see here some of the other ones for boys, for girls, bestsellers, preschools near me, preschools for 2-year-olds near me. So it's really hard for me to find something in here because, in all honesty, this book, although I said it was for 2 to 6-year-olds, the focus on this book was counting or learning how to count, right? So what I want to do is I want to go back and I want to rethink that and get away from that. And I want to update the keywords in my back end. And I want to focus on learning to count, or books to learn to count books, to see if I can find something right there inside of Publisher Rocket that gives me some good ideas. So learning to count books, learning management, how to count, machine learning. So that's not what I'm looking for. So what I could do is counting books for kids. Go ahead and go get them Rocket. Counting books for kids, counting books ages 3 to 5, tutoring for kids, blackjack counting. So you can see here what this tool is doing is giving you some really good ideas for the ideas of counting for kids or counting books for kids, to give you some ideas. Again, this is not perfect, and there is no perfect strategy when you're doing keyword research, and even when you're running ads. You just have to play around with it, mess around, and try to figure out what keywords come up, what people are searching for. And of course, Publisher Rocket is a paid tool, but you don't need to use Publisher Rocket. There are other free tools, Amazon extensions, as well as just going and searching for on Amazon and seeing where your book might fit. I just wanted to show you this tool because it is there. So let's just go back to Amazon and take a look at some of these keywords and get a better idea for where our book might fit. So again, this is our book right here, Count the Robots, a fun picture puzzle book for 2 to 6-year-olds. And you can see the description. So let's go ahead and let's search inside of books. Of course, you hit this drop down. You can search in all departments, but we'll focus here on books. And we'll go counting books for, and you'll see right here, toddlers, kindergarten, ages 3 to 5, babies, preschoolers. And counting for preschoolers, you can see right here, this is a sponsored book, this is a sponsored book. Curious George book on the launch pad. The Black Dots, Donald Crows. Here's a number book. Here's another one, Fall Counting. Apples, Chica Chica 123. I really think our book, like Count the Dinosaurs, I really think our book falls in this same category with Count the Dinosaurs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on keywords that come up with books that look more like our book, the people that are looking for our type of paperback books, the number of pages, the price point, all those issues, to see if I can come up with more keywords and then add those keywords into an actual ad campaign, as well as the back end of the keywords to let the automatic campaign run, to see if we can get some more data from that. And that all goes back to our strategy that, again, Amazon is telling us we need to start with a minimum of 100 keywords for best performance. So at this stage, we're going to actually build out a campaign, a manual campaign of a list of keywords. We're going to let that campaign run for 2 weeks, like they suggest here, and then we will filter out those keywords. Of course, again, we're going to have to spend money. So to do this strategy, we have to use money that we can't afford to lose to get this data to see if we can move forward with the strategy right here, selecting the right keywords, general, competitive, relevant niche genres, authors or publishers, and title specific. Because at the end of the day, we are giving Amazon money to show our book to people, and you can see the impressions right there. So one of the issues with being on Amazon, one of the benefits of putting your book on Amazon and trying to publish and sell your books on Amazon, is the fact that it's a huge marketplace. One of the cons, or one of the disadvantages, is it's a huge marketplace. You have to understand that you're up against everyone on Amazon, everyone that has a counting book for preschoolers, for 2 to 6-year-olds. So you have to think about your strategy, redo your strategy, keep adjusting your strategy until you find a winning combination, just like they tell you in Amazon, right there in this PDF. Let it run for 2 weeks, adjust, test different keyword combinations, and increase budget on keywords that do well, and don't spend any more money on keywords that aren't doing well. So I'm going to go ahead, get back to that. I'll be back with you next Sunday to show you more exactly what I'm doing so you can understand, and hopefully this helps you. If it does, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, drop a comment, and let me know if this series, if this strategy that I'm doing, if the information I'm sharing with you as I do it is helpful or not. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, click the typewriter here on the end screen, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content just like the videos you see on the end screen. Click those, keep watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.